Murphy Papa. He's the father of, or Murphy, I guess. So, okay, this is going to be interesting. Of course, same moves as the previous game so far, but going to be interesting. Okay, not the same moves. Normally, I prefer like Queen D8, but I've been having fun with Queen A5. I mean, you can still play the same standard lines. You can play D4, you can play Bishop to C4, you can play C6. Hey, ISL, how are you doing? No, I feel like I don't know if like my opponents see that I'm streaming. I just get scared sometimes when I'm not so sure if they are watching me or not. Um, like I want to play here, but let's play this. I know it doesn't make sense now, but let's play. No, you can tell from my flag I'm not trying to. Being very close. Like you okay, now this is different. Like so far he's been playing a very passive way. But of course this is you still get these moves, but you'd expect your opponent to go offensive in a sense, right? Because like after like this, you'd expect your opponent to go straight with this. Kind of like try and pour the shots, right? H3 is a standard move that is played here. Not saying it's a correct move, but it's standard move. Like every move he's playing so far is what you'd expect. White tries to play actively and punish black for his movement of the queen. Like he moved the queen like twice, sometimes times. If you're looking at this, right? Queen here, queen here. Yep. So if you look at that, so he tries to punish black's slow development and his passive play. As it stands now, like I can. Actually, I'm kind of wondering now that if he plays, for example, this move, should I just go here rather? Yeah. Okay. In this scenario, you don't want where your opponent has played passively. You don't want. Let him give you the opportunity. Again, it's a fair trade, I'm sure. So sometimes they do play knight here. Okay, I'm very confused. Okay. Still a move. No, he played h3 because he doesn't want me to get in. Hmm. Yeah. You see why like I usually have fears that the people I'm chatting to these days are my opponents, you know. Because it's like his recent moves just connected against everything I just mentioned, you know. Because as soon as I mentioned bring the queen to h5, then he plays h3, then suddenly he goes like b5. Now that my queen cannot get to that, it's crazy. Streaming makes you very paranoid. I'll have to say that. Like, streaming makes you very paranoid. So yeah, there is a downside to my opponent playing like this, and you can see it in his pawn structure, right? And to even try and fix this pawn structure causes problems for him. So this is why sometimes when you learn chess, they mention that this is a bad marriage, but a happy marriage is a pawn ahead of the knight, right? So as a Scandinavian player, you are happy when your opponent doesn't play in the active. Castling queenside is worse, right? You might think, oh, he has so much pressure here. Castling kingside makes no sense. But then the moment you play this, just goes b4, and you're like, oh my goodness. But it's also bad that he got. Maybe I have to learn the move order. Maybe at a point I should have like brought my bishop back. Like after this, maybe I should have brought my queen back, right? Here. Maybe in this position I should have brought my queen back, right? Still goes b5. That makes no sense. I mean, it's obvious. Like if I take, he's going to take with his knight and attack my guys here. That makes perfect sense. But I'm not so sure if this is right. I don't think a5 makes any sense for me. Do I just ignore him and go c? Hmm. You have to think here. I don't think it's a good move. Maybe I can get my bishop back, go this way. So maybe I'll trade off here. Bring my bishop back, go g7, g6, bring my bishop here. And I get the kind of what I'm thinking about. Okay. So the question is, why is my opponent doing this? He still wants to take. But I mean, if he wants to give me this, I will take it. Because I mean, I still have this like line here. I don't know if I've made a mistake. If I've made a mistake, yeah, sucks to me. If I take queen comes in here, knight jumps in here, right? Attacking the queen again. The queen has to move somewhere because that in that case, like another thing I could do is after knight takes, queen takes, and I just play this move. I think that's actually a better way to go because I mean, just seems like the better. Ah, so he gets my very good bishop. Okay, I didn't actually consider that, right? I could have also just come back straight here, but I'm beginning to think in my annoying way, which I think is very wrong. Like if he takes, I could take here, but I feel like he has so much. Like he can. Rather, I'm just going to activate my position. My books can come in and some whatever it is that thing is. Oh no, it doesn't work. Oh, this crazy mind of mine. Ooh, hey, foreign position still. That's kind of why. Wow. I still feel like a lot of things my opponent can position. I still think my opponent has the edge here. I'm careful, trying to be careful of a future prospect of this bishop coming in here and causing problems, right? What's worse is I'm down on time. want to make a set of moves. I don't know if it makes sense. Okay? Yeah, the point is his queen is leading the charge. That's what that's what I'm looking at. Of course, maybe I should have focused on doing something else. I don't know what I get from doing this, but for now we are looking at it. Okay, so now he has these are a dangerous set of moves. I'm not so sure if the order matters much. Yeah, about so many orders. I'm just picking one because my time is running low. That's questionable. That's a bad move, I think. That's a bad. That's a course I've missed. Because I expected rook takes. I expected rook takes d8, rook takes d1, rook takes d1, king to h2, knight takes f2, bishop takes f2, queen takes f2, and I was a little bit worried because I wasn't so sure what my opponent would do in that line. Why would he do that? Yeah, good game, Murphy Papa. Thank you so much for the game. Because I made so many mistakes and I blundered and stuff. So here I think I'm I'm slightly better. Okay, it's equal. It's an equal position here. And what I did here was, so you'd wonder like, okay, so now two defenders, two attackers. What was I doing here? I tried to distract my opponent. Like he kept focusing on this, and now I don't need my queen defended because the person leading the attack here is his queen. Funny enough, it's saying this is wrong. I don't know. I was always thinking that there was something here, like with this. I was always thinking there was something here with this, but I don't really know if this is what it's exactly was looking at. But it seems to agree with me. I wasn't so sure about that. But takes here. Actually, I noticed something when I got here. After queen comes in here and I played this. I later on noticed that bishop takes here is actually a game. So I think maybe here I'm fine. Here, maybe playing this move is the problem. The move I played here is the problem because I'm fine here until I play this move, I think. Okay, I'm still okay. So what exactly is the problem? Because I take over the file. I think this move makes sense. It was not so good, but it's still an even position. He tries to like, I mean, I could keep trying to like add to the position. Yeah, it is multiple. And I can't seem to understand why. He says he's up a pawn. Is it a positional thing or it's actually a material thing? Because takes, I mean, I don't see it. I don't know, at first it had something to do with this position, but I wasn't so sure. I did feel like there was something wrong, but I couldn't tell what it was, and I still can't tell what it was. Engine is telling me that I'm right, so during the analysis, I'll check to find out exactly like what it is I'm missing. So here, let me explain what I was looking at. So I was looking at takes here. Then after rook takes, I don't think she blocked with your bishop, so you go here. Takes because I want to, so like here, for example, if you decide that you're going to take, I actually wait, what? He's not in trouble? He can't take this, and he's under check. He can't move back, he can't move forward. What have I missed? Why is white winning? Why is white winning? He moved back. You can, like what? You can't take, you can't move, you can't capture the like what can you do? Oh, I'm done. My calculation was wrong. So okay, so I would have had to figure it out from here. uh, I think the move is just this because your opponent has to play this and you play. Then after this move, I don't think you want to take the bishop. I think you want to take here because you're threatening another check. Would I have seen it? I don't know. My original calculation was this, and with how my time was going, it's likely, of course, because it's a sacrifice. Kind of, I might have thought about it again. But what I was more concerned about is like this. This is more of what I was concerned about. Because I couldn't tell exactly how the attack was going to continue. So you shouldn't move the pawn. If he takes, the reason I would like him to take is this. Yeah. Okay, so I think, I don't know, but there might be a better defensive move than pawn push, right? Yeah, this was an interesting game. Again, same lines, and what I do know is that, like, normally when my opponent does this, I don't think it's a good idea to trade off here. And he had a very nice push here. I really felt under pressure here, but I didn't see some completely. There were many instances I was thinking about just playing like bishop takes, knight comes in here, but I wasn't so sure. And again, this move is not good for me. Like, this is just bad for me. So I win the pawn, he jumps. Maybe here I could have just gone back, right? Takes, and I'm confused. Not winning, but okay. I don't know, this pawn push, like I just didn't see any line here working for me, right? Like let's see, let's just make a random move like this. I didn't see any line here working for me. Like I just felt like everything about this kind of like helped my opponent or even taking. I just felt like this was just so good. I just didn't like any of it. But here's the engine telling me I have so much potential in this. Yes. At this point we get a draw. Like I just didn't know what to do if he came here. Is it the same thing? I'm like, we played rook takes, and then he just drop back. Actually, this is bad because bishop takes. Okay. Okay. I kind of want to look at the moves where it felt I kind of messed up. Likes my moves so far, right? I did think about this, but one of the reasons I didn't want this move was takes. I felt this was a problem. But now I realize it's the queen that's leading the charge here. So there's no real issue. Okay. So right, it wasn't that good of a move. Yeah. That makes sense. Going here makes sense. Yeah. I get my bishop out of a useless position. And I can still win this guy. Depending. Sorry. But knight takes here is rather a great move. Okay. But this move is bad. It prefers I take here. Of course, we saw that the engine prefers that I take here. Takes I take. Then here. Oh, okay, that's good. Beautiful. So, if of course it's an obvious find once you realize that you are pinned. So yeah, I'm happy it's here and not here. Right? Okay. Again, I don't know why it prefers the other one than to this, and it considers this to be a very like big issue. Wow, is it that big of a blunder? But like my position doesn't really change that much. Oh, maybe the point is that I can come in here, move my knight back or something, and I get this guy. That's interesting. We just kept missing things here. I did see this again. This is something I saw, but I just felt like I want to now. It's like I've been defending the whole time. I wanted to try and create problems for my opponent. I mean, the engine doesn't like it, but it's not like my position was that bad, right? Again, I was kind of trying to avoid this because of the bishop in case I made a mistake. I'm just playing moves that prevent me from making mistakes. I saw f5, but I wasn't so confident with f5. And yeah, bishop, that is actually the biggest blunder. Yeah. I think these mistakes are positional. Some of these moves don't make so much sense. Unless, of course, if after this, I was thinking something funny, but let's like something like this if my opponent came in here, just to kind of show why I think the engine likes this. Like this takes, if queen comes in, bishop comes in. Again, it doesn't do anything, like it doesn't really make any sense. So this. But I can't figure it out. Like I can't. I might have to spend more time. F4 makes sense. Like I'm trying to create problems and attack. F4 creates the problem of um it creates the problem of I might take. Again, it's a little bit tricky because if I takes here, your opponent is not going to take, but that helps you defend. And you also have to be very cautious yourself. A funny, sorry, idea I was looking at here was this kind of a funny idea I was looking at. But of course, my opponent would have to first of all, after taking this knight, after taking this knight, I know that the bishop looks like it's hanging, but after taking this knight, you would have to willingly make this mistake. Okay. Thank you guys so much.